Okay, so my wonder is this time, since MLBB doesn't have that tanky Fredrin, even though you do build tank Lancelot, you still maybe don't invade onto best player. Maybe take this a little bit slow. I want to say he may have the advantage when it comes to objectives overall. Best player job here, maybe try to snowball, get a pick onto Yato. Once again, catch their squishies while they're slipping, catch them while they're alone, and if Outplay can do that, it could secure them another win here.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, you can see already MLBB already starting to get a little bit of harassment here, a little bit of a thumbs up there as well. Shark doing his job, making sure he has the vision, letting his team know where MLBB is currently on the map.
Well, right now, you're already seeing some pressure being put on by Shark. You know, this is kind of what you're expecting him to do against MLBB. And again, you got to go back to the familiarity of these teams, these teammates, these ex-teammates, how it all works out. They know how they like to play, and that's something that BTK has to watch out for, right? So we'll see, again, differently if this comfort option here, especially for Zane, plays out, right? Because right now, you already mentioned it, Trex, best player is going to be looking to snowball like they did previously, but this time, with his hands on the Hayabusa, he's running that Master Assassin emblem too. He's going to put pressure.
Yeah, he's got level 4.
Yeah, best player coming in, and he's not trying to give up on that damage onto MLBB early. Already best player actually does take a heap of damage, but this is going to go ahead and set up for this first turtle.
I like the fact that MLBB, I mean, he knows he doesn't have level 4 yet. He should hit it by the time he gets back to the turtle, which he does now, but still he doesn't risk it. He's like, I'm not going to go for that camp. I got a feeling best player is still there. I'm going to just go back to base, play it safe.
Okay, BTK is in a great position for this first turtle. T already going to push back Shark a little bit here. Yato holding on as well, has the RWM. They're going to wait for MLBB to make his way.
Ooh, and you already see the Feather Airstrike coming down. T goes down. Maybe a little bit of punishment for having that Black Dragon and using it so early. Promise with the Bravest Fighter form is going to zone out the rest of BTK, and this is going to open up this first turtle for OP.
What did I say, guys? Hoon on this Farza is going to be an issue. He's only level 4, and he's outputting a nice amount of damage. He finds the positioning, and he combos. The synergy with this team is just so good. They all hit at the same exact time, and down goes T in a matter of seconds.
The biggest thing in that whole pretty much sequence there was timing. Right, the timing was better from Outplay. They knew how to punish BTK. They knew that MLBB was probably off getting one of his buffs, right? They were able to punish the fact, too, like you mentioned, that T had already used that dragon form, did not have that available for the fight. So now these minor decisions are going to build up here, but still BTK in a good position. They just got to hold on.
Yeah, we see the Phantom Execution coming out for MLBB there. I mean, this is just unbelievable how much pressure that they are putting onto a Tanksalot here. 3 at mid now.
I mean, it's about a 600 gold lead. Game is still on. Joybot's been hovering in this top lane.
Whoa,
Basic.
big pop-up onto Basic, but BTK still unable to find a kill.
Oh, T.
Yeah, we see that Black Dragon coming out there, swimming around, just trying to zone out the rest of OP right now. And T lives to fight another day. Actually, Promise going to come in here on the flank to put some damage on there. Best player comes in. You see that shadow kill coming out. Yato does survive.
That was a good play by MLBB. He's like, all right, I'm going to leave my purple buff, get in there, help alleviate some of that damage from best player. And right now, BTK are kind of waiting for that mid-game spike. They're waiting for MLBB to get a couple tanky items in, getting to a place where they can actually get in the fray of this fight.
Yeah, that's what they have to do, right? Oh.
Yeah, speaking of which, best player finds the kill onto Joybosh after a beautiful divine judgment by Shark.
I was going to say, you know, they were doing a great job up to that point, just kind of holding on, not letting anybody go down. Now, that is Joybosh's his only first death, right? So later on, he's going to have to be counted on to land those wild charge, those setups with this Grok pick. And it's a little bit better this time, composition-wise, too, because you're not completely relying on one member to find those setups, to find that pressure that they need. But now that this next turtle is up here, right, we want to see BTK fight for this hold down. But T, though, Gonna get zoned out here.
Oh yeah, taking actually very low, big pop-up lands onto Promise. He is actually, you see best player coming in here now. Do have that shadow kill onto Mobazane, but he is already decently tanky enough. Not really a great target for that. ISO finds the kill onto basically off-screen. Up at the top, that's gonna be the first tower for BTK.
Now, when I was talking about mid-game, we weren't just talking about Mobazane, but there's Mobazane.
Yeah, Divine Judgment, he's gonna have to expend that Phantom Execution to get out, but that gives up the second turtle.
Now, ISO. He's 1-0 right now, and honestly, the 1-1 is always the game-changer possibility. Joybosh has been hovering up there a lot, and it is for this reason. Outplay is going to need to be careful, but as... Oh.
Yeah, 3 members going to go ahead and spread that damage out amongst them. Very smart play by BTK.
Okay, that's great. And as you were saying, I'm going to build on that here, Trex, because yeah, ISO is the game changer for this game. And if Joybodge is just going to go ahead and protect him, you know, play kind of that babysit role for a while, let ISO get to where he needs to be, then that is one of your best options for BTK. Meanwhile, contest the objectives, slow it down a little bit like we talked about previously. But so far, it's going all right.
Oh, big pop-up on the shark, gets caught slipping under the tower. T with the Black Dragon is going to chase down basically. On the back, you can see who's coming in with the stun. Does land that feathered airstrike. T with a little bit of help. Big wild charge. Hoon able to get away, secured and escorted by basically.
While all that's happening, best player chipping away at the tower.
Oh, takes down Mobazane with a shadow kill. We do have a wall coming out, but doesn't look like BTK want to continue that chase.
So they get a little something out of that, but right now Outplay still leading the game. But only 500 gold, and honestly, BTK's taking that tower. And even though it kind of feels like Outplay has been getting the better of these fights, I would dare to say it is still very, very even.
Yeah, you gotta respect it. You can already see, right? The damage being provided from ISO is there, and that's why you know, amidst it all, they're able to hold on not too much by getting out of hands with the gold lead, keeping it under about 1K or at 1K. ISO still putting in work too, right? But now, as we get further into this game, third turtle's gonna be up here. Outplay has secured 2. BTK needs to grab one for themselves, help them out here.
Yeah, Yato's gonna take the full front of a shadow kill. Is not gonna be able to find the kill, is a best player. This is gonna go ahead and set up this next turtle. You can see T on the side there, looking for an opportunity. He needs to be just a little bit more patient. You see ISO takes down another tower. Promise in a little bit of trouble. ISO trying to put on that fancy footwork, is gonna have to disengage.
I mean, I'm wondering, Yato better have some leg plates on or something right now, because you can just tell he's got a target on his forehead. Best player coming for him every time. Best player is leading right now. No, they're both 11 levels, so the red trade's even, but down goes.
Blazing Duet takes down Yato. Mobazane focusing halfway down on this turtle. Gonna turn his attention to Shark. T with the Black Dragon swimming through these bushes, trying to clear out what he can of OP. Takes Hoon down! Very low and takes the kill there. This is going to go ahead, push OP away, hopefully help Zane to take this first turtle for BTK.
Today I learned dragons swim, Private, but there you go. They grab the turtle. BTK on the board here now. Gold in their favor. You're going to put pressure here on top side.
Yeah, best player actually down to about half health as well. ISO putting on the damage. They've been utilizing ISO on this 1-1 very well. Tower after tower. Whatever lane it is, ISO is quick to get there. But in answer to that, you can already see basically taking a tower of their own for OP.
Is that the right play though, right? Yes, they get something there, but having that top tower in, Lord's going to be up on that side. It creates a little bit of pressure. They're going to be able to get a little bit of vision if anything tries to come down on the bot side though. A little bit of action, both teams stealing some jungle away. So Outplay never stopping to try to make something happen. Even though they're taking a lot, they always get something in return.
Oh, yeah, you can see right now. Oh, Yato finding the kill onto best player. T has activated that Black Dragon form, heading straight for basically is not going to be able to find a pop-up onto him. Luckily, Promise there to go ahead and head off that advance. Going to go ahead, Hoon with the feathered airstrike. Mobazane able to get out of the way.
Okay, so BTK finds their groove a little bit here. They're starting to move around the land of Dawn, and they found some rhythm. Outplay on the back burner right now, but we've seen this before, guys. We've seen it time and time again. BTK gets so close, but they never get the win. Will this be the time of change?
This is the thing, though. They have to go back to the points you guys made previously before we got into the first game. They've got a lead. They got to slow things down a little bit. Now, the next big objective is that Lord, and hopefully they can get the timing right, because Outplay time and time again throughout up to this point the entire season knows how to punish mistakes. So BTK holding on to this lead that they have to be able to activate ISO here. He's having a great game so far, and the 1-1 has not gone down yet. A single crossbow of tank for this Lord could be a game changer for them. So both teams getting set up here. It looks like everybody wants to be on in this. No one's going to be splitting any other lane, and this is also crucial. This is actually a time where it gets a lot harder for a Hayabusa jungle for best player to really work here, because if he gets whittled down in this pretty much dance fight between, it makes it harder to initiate and get that Lord, but they're going to be making the play first.
Yeah, they trade conceals because Joybaj used it earlier for 5 members. Shark finds the Divine Judgment. Joybaj is going to come in, tries to land the pop-up, basically takes him down. We do see that the Blazing Duet out there. MLBB in a bad way. The Black Dragon out. We talked about the crossbow hang. ISO trying to put on the damage. Down goes Promise. That is a 2-for-2 trade right now. They are still fighting. Basically finds the kill onto T. But now OP in a bad way. ISO still coming in there. Now putting the damage onto Basic. He's chasing him down. Shark is next on the docket. They want to take him down, and he is hungry for it. That is a 2-for-4 trade.
Oh, how the tables have turned, but still, best player always on the hunt. He got out of town in the nick of time and was able to put a lot of damage onto that tower. MLBB now back up on the field. Outplay now coming back up on the field, so it could still be a even contest for this Lord unless best player just stays away.
I think he's going to try it, right? He wouldn't be the Hayabusa if he didn't try, but he's going to be a little bit too late. Rather get his purple buff set up, use the Shadow Q to clear the waves. Gonna go back here and get ready for the defense, because now momentum in the side for BTK. They had a massive sequence there just kind of unfold. It got a little messy, but overall it worked out for them. And now, like you said, this is where we see if it's true what they said in the video. We've had time to refine that play style, make things, clean them up a little bit. And now that they have this in their hands, at least to march further into base, maybe not win it just yet, let's see if they can keep it together, because that's what BTK has to do.
When we've been talking about it, ISO has been just, I want to say overly utilized, but they have just really got their money's worth out of him. Now we're going to go ahead, start a little something at mid, not too much, but as we continue, Lord going to go ahead and be pushed up at top. We do have another tower down for Outplay. Lord up at the top, and it looks like we're trying to put some pressure. Hopefully we're going to be getting that mid tower again for BTK, and OP makes short work of that non-luminous Lord.
But they didn't overpush it, right? So applaud to BTK there. They didn't try to force an inhibitor. I think they get all these towers, they back off, they try to starve them. Outplay is on the back foot, but the gold lead isn't too much.
Hiding in the bush, and MLBB finds a kill onto best player with an assist from T. But MLBB gets killed deep into enemy territory.
Hey, it's a jungle for a jungle.
Mano y mano.
Mano y mano. It works out. But BTK still holding on to that lead. They're going to be looking to get more space to work with, focusing on the tier 2 in the mid lane. We'll see if they can still continue to dominate this side.
Yeah, you see basically coming in from the flank with that Blazing Duet. Does his job of backing off BTK from this next mid tower. But you can see up at the top more minions starting to get there, but BTK wisely going to go ahead and think twice and reset on the map.
Listen, I got to tell you guys right now, every time when that Blazing Duet comes around the side, I'm like, oh, this is the big mistake. This is it. BTK is about to get wiped, but they're holding it together. Still, like I said before, it's not the same gold lead that Outplay had last time, so there's still a lot of comeback potential for Outplay. A lot of possibilities here, but for the first time in this series, BTK is holding a very good lead.
This is scary, right?
Double buff, a scary girl.
1-1. Yeah, that's a terror right there. 3-0-4, massive already, right? We haven't even seen one of those big crossbow of tank setups. But as we get further in the game, 15-minute mark now, the more likely that's going to happen. And that is something that Outplay has to worry about constantly, right? And that's why gold lead continuing to build up here in favor for BTK. It's going to get to the point where they're going to be even switching out some items later on, buying some time if they can. But yeah, biggest thing, like you said, Trex, is what they have to watch out for is the blazing duet being thrown at them from basically here. So now, once again, we're back to this Lord dance. We'll see how it unfolds, the way that the teams manage these waves to get that advantage. You also have to consider both conceals from the roams. How are they going to use this? How will they get the advantage? You can already see BTK planning themselves up here on the top portion. And it looks like Outplay getting ready for a response here. Yeah, they do have a bit of a flank down to about 1/3. Black Dragon has been activated. You can see a split push out from the bottom. 10% left on this Lord. So great job by BTK to zone out the rest of OP.
Okay, so Outplay maybe making a decision there. They got best player down there like, we can't even try to contest this right now. They know their limits, which is actually a very intelligent move, right? Because BTK would probably not have done that. They're like, no, we're fighting for this. I don't care how much gold you got on me. But they decide to back it off. Outplay putting their cards on the field, testing BTK. Can you finish this without a mistake?
Again, this is what they're doing. Outplay is like, all right, we're going to prep for this defense, clear the lanes the best we can. Best player, though, going to get chased down a little bit. They're still holding on to this tier 2, but they will most likely lose it in this March, right? BTK setting up for that push. They might be even to the point where they're knocking on the base of Outplay, right? This is still something they have to be able to accomplish, but so far the discipline route has been there for both teams, and it's going to come down to that execution. Even Basic is at the point now, he's got that orange buff. They're trying to clear this out. They might look for a forced initiation. Yeah, we have Basic coming in with that blazing duet to go ahead and zone out. Best player gets found out by T, and here comes Promise with the bravest fighter stance, but he's going to get caught up by ISO. You see the damage there. ISO finds the kill. That's another tower for BTK. That is only 3 members left for OP for this push. You can see BTK turning their attention back to these towers that are left. Not going to go ahead and force their way into the base just yet. That's a mid tower down. Now we have one last and final high ground. Oh, we see Hoon able to take down Joy Bombs. The rest of BTK quickly gonna go ahead and rethink their attack.
Which is smart. I feel like Joy Bombs going down was a small mistake there, but they do back off right now, holding a 6K gold lead. Ladies and gentlemen, did you think it was going to be like this game too? I sure didn't. If BTK can pull this off, we at least guarantee nobody's going 4-0 here in NA. Now, let's take a look at some of these items. Quite the contrast from last time. Wan maxed out right now, and that Wind of Nature is coming in clutch for her. I also want to take a look at Yato right now. He did pick up the Brute Force breastplate, and that is also helping. Best player has essentially been routed into just a wave clear here. He's doing it well, but he's not able to get the big pickoffs.
Look at this. This is scary.
Yeah, it's a BTK sandwich, and the meat is OP. Shark actually going to go ahead and activate that concealed play. Best player might be caught. Gets caught by the Black Dragon. He's going to have to activate that shadow kill, but does get taken down. All right, you can't bob and weave out of that, right? There's nowhere you can go. They were sandwiching both sides, able to get best player in the perfect time too, because now this is pretty much a free Lord for BTK unless Outplay's like, we can try to do something.
Unless Hoon takes it right out of his fingertips.
He could, but I don't think it's going to happen. That's wishful thinking here. Give it up. Go for the defense. Now you have to wait for best player to be up, and this is kind of typical, right? This is once again why Hayabusa, in a way, it's a risk, because late game things get tough. You have these defensive items, especially for BTK, and you're kind of there to just either shadow kill later on, pick up those kills if you can, clear the waves, help clear the waves, push, put pressure on the split, and now Outplay on the defense.
Yeah, not just that, but even with max items already out, max items for basically just not able to find the effective blazing duets onto BTK right now. We have the next Lord about to come in here, and this Outplay needs to find an answer for these pushes if they want to be able to defend this.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be easy, right? Because just like last time, I felt like Outplay had a very strong late game. BTK this time, in my personal opinion, has the much better late game, so they can take this slow. And once again, unless they just completely whiff something, they should be okay here. ISO still deathless, 4-0-6, so we haven't seen any mistakes from him, and Joybaj babysitting paid off.
Yeah, now we see Hoon is going to get interrupted from that feathered airstrike. T's going to come in there. ISO finds the final tower. Zane going to come in there. Yato finds the kill onto Hoon. We are now onto the base. Big pop-up on the basically finds another kill. Half health. This is going to be it. BTK ties things up with OP.
And we're at a 1-for-1. It's not going to be a sweep today, ladies and gentlemen.